Hello, everybody. So a lot of people have been coming out with these, Nintendo Switch game cart taste test videos, and, I was actually pleasantly surprised, because, personally, I've always really, liked licking and eating my, Nintendo cartridges, specifically my Zelda games. They're definitely the best tasting ones. And no one really talked about it until now. I don't know why it took people so long to talk about it. Maybe, like, the gameplay of Breath of the Wild really got people so hyped that they drove themselves to eat it, and I know it's not something people normally do, but personally, I really like doing it, and it's a really good tradition of mine that I like to do a lot. So, today, instead of just tasting it for you guys, from someone who has a lot of experience with this subject, I thought it'd be good to do a little taste test comparing some Zelda games. Now, typically, you wouldn't lick or eat the game discs too much, but they are something I like to dabble in a little bit of a acquired taste. Usually you'd go for the cartridges, so we're gonna taste test Breath of the Wild compared to my other favorite cartridge Zelda games. We're having a DS cartridge with Spear Tracks, and of course A Link Between Worlds. A Link Between Worlds tastes so good, so I don't even know if Breath of the Wild will top that. And I also have a Rice Krispie to test out, because I know most people like the Rice Krispies more than the Zelda games. Like, I don't know why. Zelda games are more gourmet. They're pretty expensive. I know, man. Like, this is really the cheap option for anyone who doesn't have the money for a Zelda game. But anyways, let's just get into it. First, let's go with the old and taste test the DS cartridge, because that's really what we're comparing. Is the cartridges, because obviously Switch is a cartridge. So I'll do the Wind Waker last. But first, let's just do this DS cartridge. So here it is. It's, it looks pretty similar to a Switch cartridge. It's actually a bit bigger. Let me just compare it for you guys, because I know most of you guys are just going to be buying the Nintendo Switch. It's a little weird how big the case is for, like, a food item like this. Usually, like, at grocery stores, they want to, like, keep it really compact with food items, but, I don't know. It's weird packaging. But this is, like, gourmet, like, really expensive, so it kind of makes sense. Okay, so here is the Nintendo Switch, and here is the DS. About half the size. This one is more, like, bulky, but, it takes a while to refine foods like this. A little sloppy, this one, but let's take a little taste. So there's different parts to this. There's obviously the data part, which I probably won't be licking because, it doesn't taste very good. Like, I know a lot of video gamers, they're kind of weird. They wouldn't want to lick this so they could actually play the game, but I don't really get the cartridges too much for the game. It's just a little side bonus, but, since, it's a new Switch, and I still want to, I still haven't really played through the bonuses of this gourmet food item. I'm probably not going to like the data, but it is very tasty. I've tried it on the DS, and it's good. But for these taste tests, I'm just going to do the back plastic and the label for you guys. And I may make an update in the comment section on how the data tastes once I've played some of the actual game. So, taste test. First, the label. Pretty standard, pretty smooth. Nice classic taste, And then we have the, this. Ooh, a nice dark, a nice smooth, impactful, dark, very full, very full. This is like a nice skim on the tongue. This is like a nice skim, but it has the fullness and thickness of a cartridge. Now, oh, wrong game. My bad. Okay. We have Breath of the Wild, well, not Breath of the Wild, Link Between Worlds. I get these games confused a lot. I mean, they kind of all are really similar in their structure and taste, so I get them confused a lot. Here's the label. About the same as the DS one, except a little more bumpy. I think the texture's a little weird under the label. I'm not sure about that. Now we have the top. Oh, definitely more smooth. Nintendo has improved the back of the cart a lot for this one. It's definitely more smooth and refined. Really silky on the tongue. I like it a lot. And now we will finally compare it to the Nintendo Switch. So first the label. Oh, this is definitely like a taste for someone who likes spices, like tangy, bitter stuff. I'm not a huge fan of this. This is a real departure from typical cartridges. Oh my god. It's a little shocking after being a licker of cartridges for so long. Oh my god, that's shocking. Definitely a change in style. Nintendo's definitely going a new direction with the Nintendo Switch with this taste. Holy shit, okay. Oh, take a bit to recover to properly taste the next part, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna quickly do the, this part. Ugh! This one stings a little more. I mean, you can taste it smoothless like the back of the other ones, but there's definitely not as much room to lick if you want to play the bonus content. And, it just stings. It just stings. It's definitely for spicy people. Mexicans, I think, would like the Nintendo Switch a lot. I'm not too sure about people who traditionally like Nintendo games. Okay, next we're going to try the Wind Waker HD for Wii U. Just in case people are getting the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild, I want to kind of include this because this is the closest I'm going to get. They taste pretty similar, and I just want to give people an idea of how it tastes for Breath of the Wild. Again, for the bonus content, I'm only going to lick the sides and the label, not the back, because I want to show people how to lick this if they still want to play Breath of the Wild on the Wii U afterwards. For how little content that is compared to the, delicacy of the actual disc. But, okay. Sides. Definitely, an acquired taste. Not as acquired as a Nintendo Switch, thank God. Nice round, smooth edges. It's not really a full tongue experience, only in the middle. Pretty typical disc. I definitely say it's better than a Wii disc, because it's thicker, but it's not as sharp as a Wii disc or a normal DVD or whatever, so you don't get that, adventure, that wild style, as I would like to put it. So for the label, definitely really smooth, rarely refined. I think if you're getting the Breath of the Wild Wii U version, it's not going to be as crazy as the Switch version, but definitely the label will be the, delicate part of that. And if you definitely want a more traditional taste to Breath of the Wild, you should definitely get the Wii U version if you want a more traditional experience for that. And finally, we will be comparing it to the Rice Krispie. Now, a lot of people get this as a more manufactured, more purchased one out of these, and they're not really the same. They're kind of similar. This is really just a cheap knockoff of the cartridges, but yeah, it has a lot of sugar, not as organic, but, I figured I'd test it anyways just for the people who don't have a lot of cash on hand. Definitely not as smooth. Very, chunky and, a lot of friction on this one. Like, on the cartridges, it's all, even on the Switch one, it's just all smooth on the tongue. This just, way too sugary as well, man. I really like that healthy lifestyle. Nintendo provides that. Fucking Kellogg's. I don't know what they're thinking as a company, man. They really need to take some cues from Nintendo. But anyways, I'm not gonna finish all this. It's not really worth it. Let me lick, my favorite one, definitely the Nintendo 3DS. I think the back is the best experience I've ever had. The label on the DS is a little better, but not by much. So if you overall want a good experience, I think getting The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds is the best. But if you want to be really spicy, you can get Nintendo's new Nintendo Switch flavor of cartridge. But my personal favorite will always be with the Nintendo 3DS. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was an informative video. And, bye-bye.